nutrients. They help with energy production, growth, and repair, and they also help the body to proper function. The for the body to function properly. Sorry. So now, let's look at weight. Weight is actually influenced by by the food that we eat, by the nutrients we put in our body. It's influenced based on what we eat, how we eat, how much we eat, and also the physical activities based on what we eat, and the genetic and metabolic makeup of our body. Now, the ideal weight of an adult female is supposed to be within um 18.5 to 24.9 kg per meter square. This is also known as BMI. And now, how do you calculate this BMI? You're taking your weight per kg over your height in meter square. Like I've said before, the ideal body weight for an adult female is between 18.5 to 24.9 kg per meter square. Now, anything outside that is considered better. Less than that is underweight, and above that is overweight. Now, why are we even talking about this? And like, why do we need to know what's with all of these food things, all of these weights? Why is it important to understand them? It helps us to maintain a healthy body. Like, the immunity that we have is influenced by what we eat, because our body functions based on what you give it. If you give it nonsense, then nonsense is inside it. But basically, the functioning of our body, the correct functioning of our body, is influenced by what we eat. Then it also prevents chronic disease. We all know about diabetic, hypertension, heart disease, all of these things. They are they are a result of what we put in our body as food. Now, it also provides energy level and reduces fatigue. The less cholesterol and less fat you have, the more energetic you see that you become. And now, this topic is very important to me, like specifically because I just started working on my weight and everything, and I realized that our eating habits really, really affects, in fact, how we are able to maintain even the weight. Now, also, it improves I've said it improves our energy. It also supports the basic function of our body, like I said earlier. And now our eating habits and what we eat also improves sleeping. People that are complaining of they're having insomnia, all of these things, just a little correction of what you eat can go a long way in improving your sleeping habits. Now, understanding food and weight and also eating habits is not just about the restriction, it's about making informed choices that help us to like live healthy, stronger, and even more balanced life. Now, good nutrition equals better energy, productivity, sleep, and confidence. And I'm sure that you're not in the wrong place today, because we're going to get a lot of information, deeper information. But for now, this is just a brief overview. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Deborah, for that. Thank you so much. Okay, so going towards what shapes our food. So we basically know food equals to health, right? You are eating junks will definitely determine a lot of how your body responds to certain infections, how your body responds to certain predisposes you to a lot of diseases. But now let's look at what shapes our relationship with food. One, culture, which is very, very important. So when we look at certain illnesses like diabetes, that's high sugar level, hypertension, certain cancers, even menstrual cycle disorders, like we discussed last month, we see that certain foods actually either exacerbate or basically or predispose or they sort of prevent. Do you understand? So it's both ends of the spectrum, right? So in our culture in Nigeria, most of the foods that we eat most or basically includes palm oil, high salt, right? Like in the soups that we cook, a lot of oils. We're eating egusi, we're eating afang soup, we're eating okra soup, which contains palm oils that we don't even, most of these palm oils, we just go to the market, we buy them, we don't even know how they are processed, we don't know what they are putting in it, right? Or even the gari that we eat, gari that everybody loves to eat, that we say, I want it eba, even fufu, all these things, right? In as much as we say yes, they give us nutrients, yes, they're under carbohydrates, most of these foods in the long run aren't really healthy for us, because most of these foods are not even are not even high fiber diets that we actually require. Do you see? In fact, now, like, there are a lot of studies that are going on that have made us understand that most of these cancers, colonic cancers, um stomach cancers, um what they throat cancers are happening now in younger age group because of the foods that we are eating. Do you understand? We will see people, they are going to eat shawarma. In shawarma, they will tell you, do you want one sausage or two sausages? Some of us will pick like two sausages and eat. And sausages are one of the, in fact, it is number one carcinogen. So please, let's take note of that. Another thing that really shapes our eating habits is also our emotions, right? When you're stressed, when you're bored, when you're happy, you tend to eat, right? And it's something you really need to sit down and really think about, and you really need to change if you're that kind of person, right? When you're sad, the next thing you go and do, you go and pick up a bowl of ice cream. Before you know it, you're in front of the TV, you have finished it, or in front of the Korean series, you have already finished it. So we use food as comfort. These are things that, part of the things that shape what we eat. Or if, for the university students that don't cook, tend to buy foods outside. Do you understand? You are buying from a booker near your hostel or a restaurant around your school. You're not aware of what they are putting inside. All you know is that it tastes good. You're not aware of the salt content. And you know, the very funny thing about these things is that most of us, right, some of these diseases are genetic. For example, we're already predisposed to hypertension if your parents or your grandparents have hypertension, or type 2 diabetes if your parents or grandparents ever had it. Do you understand? So because you're already aware of that, you already have to cut down and actually be careful of what you put in your mouth. Do you understand? For example, Deborah may be able to eat foods high in salt even if it's not advised, right? But none of her parents have hypertension. Then I now look at my family tree and I see, okay, my parents, I have parents that have hypertension, I have grandparents that had it, that now went towards going, that now transformed into heart diseases. And then me too, I'm not going to eat the same food as Deborah. So yes, that's something we need to also look into. So now, what are some common unhealthy eating patterns that exist? One, emotional eating, like I spoke about, right? So some of us, we eat on how, based on how we feel, not because we are hungry. We'll just see something. I have a friend that sometimes will tell me that, God, if I buy something, it cannot be in the fridge. You know how some people will buy, like, let's say, a pack of biscuits that they really like, and then it's like every 2 minutes they are going to check the fridge to see if it has finished. Okay, let me just take half, let me just take quarter, and something like that. Or people that binge eat. So binge eating basically is, okay, um you've cooked rice and stew, and then you're now serving yourself. You see, the thing is, something I always tell people is that your stomach already, your stomach is a muscle, right? It gets used to what you want it to get used to. For example, let's assume that in I've calculated my calorie counts for a day. Let's assume that it's basically 1200 calories that I need to eat in a day to maintain my weight, right? Or to basically survive. And then I go and I'm eating this huge plate of rice. Because your stomach is a muscle, it gets used to being used. Do you understand? And then starts expanding. And that's, I think that's even the basis of where, of bariatric surgery, how they like reduce the size of the stomach and everything. So then we binge eat. You know, something I always tell people: if you don't eat plenty, don't eat in front of a TV, don't eat in front of a series, or else you just keep eating. You see yourself, you're eating. Then, or we eat, and then, in as much as we talk about binge eating being unhealthy, we're also talking about reducing eating in small quantities. I'm going to mention this because I'm sure a lot of us around this table where we say we eat 1 meal a day because we are trying to lose weight. Trust me, 1 meal a day does not make people lose weight. In fact, all these some of these diets are so unhealthy, where we have people do 1 meal a day. OMAD, very, very, very dangerous. Because OMAD is not only dangerous because most of us here are either students or people that work. Do you understand? So we do need the energy from each of the meals that we eat. Do you understand? So then you go eat 1 meal a day. By the time you eat that 1 meal a day, your body slows its metabolism. So instead of eating weight, instead of losing weight, you are losing water rather than fat, because your body, you have told your body, oh wow, it's only 1 meal a day I should expect, but I need to get energy, as much energy as I need. So what does your body now do? Your body now slows down its metabolism, do you understand, to make up for, or just to prevent you from just completely losing energy. Do you understand? So in as much as binge eating is a really bad thing, same as restrictive eating, right? And apart from even that, it can lead to different nutrient deficiencies. May be it vitamin B12, vitamin D. Us that in this country, most of our foods diets, except the people that actually like put an effort, most of the things that we don't, most of the things that we eat not reaching. In fact, there are studies that show that most of us in the African sub-Saharan Africa area are prone to vitamin D deficiencies. You see, someone is always coming to the hospital. I'm always weak. I'm always weak. I don't know why I'm weak. Vitamin D deficiency, vitamin B deficiencies, all the different B vitamins, you know. Then skipping meals, like I spoke about, eating too fast. So eating too fast is another unhealthy eating pattern, because the faster you eat, the most likely you are going to have poor digestion, right? Or people that use food as a reward or punishment. Now, why does unhealthy eating habits matter? This, it matters because it can impact on both your physical and mental health, right? So it's important to recognize different patterns, right, that you have. Like I said, the people that you go online and then you watch influencers talk about how, oh, they ate 1 meal a day, then they gymmed, and then now they have the body that everybody wants, now. So how do the different food choices impact your weight? Like I spoke, like Deborah spoke about, right? Your weight management comes down to what do you put in and what do you take out, right? So things that are high caloric, fried foods, right? All these things that were frying. Do you know, I'm so grateful for air fryers now, because I mean it reduces the amount of oil consumption that people now like, because most of these oils are very unhealthy, very, very, very unhealthy. Do you understand? So fried foods, sweets can lead to weight gain, especially if not balanced with activity. Like you tell people that want to lose weight that 70% is your food, is the food that you are eating. 30% is the gym that you are gymming, but 70% is your meals. If you're able to cut down sodas, so in fact, cutting down sodas helps in your life, not just in losing weight, but in a lot of diseases, like, and especially your menstrual health disorders that we spoke about last month. Do you understand? Sodas are known, especially the sugar in sodas, are known to worsen menstrual cramps. So yeah, so you guys should note that as well. Then nutrient densities, foods high in nutrients but low in calories supports weight management and overall health, right? Like your fruits, your veggies, your lean proteins, then there are different types of foods. We have the processed foods. Those are the foods that are high in calories, high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, and can lead to weight gain. And then we have whole foods, like your fruits, your veggies, your whole grains. Now it's important, I'm going to post something on our group right now, a diagram. So when you are plating your food, you need to put this into consideration, right? So there's this thing we call forming a balanced diet. So when you plate your food, there's some, when you look at it, should not be rice filled with the plate and you now put small salad on the side. Do you understand? So this is what an ideal plate should look like. All right. So when you are plating, you need to take note of these. And then there are a few foods that they, when you read more about this, that will tell you, okay, no, these are foods that are high in, they are caloric dense. So that means basically like fill you more, but you don't have, sorry, these are foods that basically fill you more, but they don't really lead to weight gain. Do you understand? So foods that are high in fiber, very, very important. Then you must mind your portion size. You should use smaller plates. The bigger the plates, the more you are likely to eat. Do you understand? So use smaller plates. Then for those that want to gain weight, you can eat foods that are high in calories, right? But are not, how do I explain it? But are not necessarily unhealthy, like your fruits, your vegetables. Vegetables are so good. Like, I cannot even overemphasize that. Do you understand? Then so basically, yes, so that's all I was. So I'll give the floor to it's Tommy on the call, please, to talk more
Yes,
about
I'm here.
healthy eating
Hi.
strategies. Okay, so Tommy, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Um, so I'm talking about healthy eating strategies. I came in late, so from what I've heard, the past speakers have spoken very well. I've basically taken half of my notes, but then we can still brush up on the little that I have prepared. So I'm going to start with balanced diet basics. So we all know the basics of a balanced diet. We have to eat from all food groups. Now, eating from all food groups helps our body to have different types of nutrients in the right amount so that we stay healthy, grow, and have energy. Now, we eat from all food groups. Carbohydrates, carbohydrates is the main source of energy in our body. Examples are rice, yam, potatoes, bread, and cereal. Then we have proteins. We know that proteins build and repair the body tissues. Then we have examples. We have fish, we have egg, we have beans, we have chicken, we have meat. Then fat and oil, we know it provides energy and support to bodily functions. We have vegetable oil, we have avocado, we have nuts, all in moderate quantities though. Then we have vitamins and minerals, and we have to keep the body and organs healthy. Our vitamins, we have oranges, we have spinach, we have tomatoes, and most of our fruits and vegetables. And then most of all, we have water. We have to stay hydrated every minute. We have to stay hydrated. So I'm going to go to the healthy eating strategies. Um, First strategy I have here is to eat a balanced plate. I've spoken about that in balanced diet basics. Eat a balanced plate. Half of your plate should be vegetables and fruits. Quarter should be protein, which should be fish, beans, egg, or chicken. The other quarter should be whole grains or healthy carbs like brown rice, oats, yam, or bread. This helps to even out the balanced diet and the different nutrients that your body needs. So if you can apportion your plate or your food to have, okay, half of this will be fruit, or maybe I'll take apple before a meal, and then quarter I'll have, okay, maybe beans or maybe egg. Then another quarter will have maybe yam or rice and bread. So that helps us to even out and balance out our nutrients or the nutrients in our body. So another strategy to healthy eating strategies we have avoid skipping meals. Now, skipping meals can lead to overeating later on. So we have breakfast, we have lunch, we have dinner. Healthy eating, like um your regular 3 square meals, right? You eat in the morning, you eat in the afternoon, you eat in the night. One. But I can't really vouch for us again in this country for doing one complete. But we are not expected or we are not supposed to, skip meals. People say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, right? So we are not expected to skip meals, but it's possible that okay, maybe our work schedules, school schedules might demand from us that there's no time to eat. So you can have healthy snacks in your bags like chips, nuts, yogurt, biscuits, and all. So fasting is regulated eating and doesn't cause overeating later. I just pointed this out because this might be a question. So people might ask, okay, what if you're fasting? Now, if you're fasting, you know that okay, I'm going to break my fast at so and so time. And when you're breaking your fast, it's not that you're not gonna carry the lunch, you go and carry breakfast, lunch, and dinner and eat all at once. That's I don't think that's fasting anymore. That's probably just hunger strike. So so you have to fasting now is a regulated type of eating. So now avoid eating meals in the sense that if you don't eat breakfast, if you don't eat breakfast today and you go to work, maybe you don't even get time to buy anything to eat at work, and then you come back home and you're exhausted, you're hungry, you just carry anything, so you eat breakfast, you go again, you see potato table, you quickly peel that one, you eat, you see maybe yam in the pot, you do that one, you eat, that's overeating, and you're not apportioning the nutrients properly in your body. So we should avoid skipping meals. Then we have drink enough water. This cannot be overemphasized. Our kidneys, most especially, really need water. Needs water, like 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. I don't know if it counts glasses, but personally for me, I have a bottle. I have a personal bottle that I carry. I fill it up. Once water is finished, I fill it up again. Once water is finished, I fill it up again. And in this hot weather, we need to be hydrated every minute. So we need to take less of sodas when thirsty or sugary drinks. It's common in majority of us when we are thirsty. The next thing we can lay our hands on is Coke or Fanta or something with sugary content. It's not supposed to be. If you're thirsty, you drink water. Now, another strategy is to reduce processed foods like fast foods, packaged snacks, excessive pastries, excessive fried foods. So now, reducing processed foods reduce the fat in our body. These processed foods have gone through series of chemical processes. Packaged food most especially. I really don't know what they put inside. Most times I just have to read the content on the label. It's not like I really understand, but just for the reading sake. So most times I just have to read the content and all just to know what's put inside. So personally for me, I really don't like. I eat pastries, but I really don't like pastries because most of them contain so much oil, and my body can't really digest large amounts of oil, right? So most of the times I avoid taking so much pastries, except when okay, I really have nothing else to eat at the moment and I need energy, then I go for them. But then they shouldn't be on a regular basis, fast food, packaged foods and excessive fried food. Now, another strategy is practice portion control. I think I heard Vicky say this. Have the smaller the plate, the smaller the portion, right? So even if it's healthy, overeating is dangerous. So too much of everything is bad. Too little of everything is bad. So even if you're eating healthy, even if you eat apple, you eat rice, you now put egg beside, and you now eat that one like 5 times in a day, it's still overeating, even though it is healthy. So eating, even if it's healthy, overeating is dangerous. We should note that. So we should practice portion control. You should eat according to the size you can finish. Now, I heard Vicky say something about binge eating. So now in school, they taught us mental health, right? And to my greatest surprise, binge eating is a mental disorder. I am surprised as well. So binge eating, um, picker eating, there are a lot of food eating disorders that people have, and they can't just eat the accurate portion. Some people they will eat until they are full and they start to throw up. It's a mental problem. Most people have it. So to avoid, eating, you have to practice portion control. Then eat slowly. Stop eating when you feel full. Not not overfull to the extent that you can't breathe. But stop eating when you feel okay, this is fine for me. And then you learn to eat slowly. Don't rush food. Don't, you know, rush food. Sometimes too, I will advise that you shouldn't drink water in between your meals because if you do that, you tend to fill up faster. You tend to fill up faster, right? So in case maybe you are doing 001 and doing 100 and here, maybe you can add water in the middle. But then when you have your portion of food and then you take water in between, you get to get filled up faster. So then you can another strategy is to plan your meals daily, weekly. This helps to avoid unnecessary and unhealthy eating choices. Now, for most people in our houses, we have a calendar or we have eating timetable. Morning this, afternoon this, evening this. So learn to plan your meals. Like me now, I can't just wake up and say anything I see in the kitchen is what I feel like eating. So I will know that okay, today I think I feel like eating taking yam and egg. So I plan my meals and it's not like I can just go and except I have no choice, you know. But I plan my meals daily, weekly. probably even monthly. I don't know how it works, but learn to plan your meals. Then keep healthy snacks handy to work on your bag. Don't wait till you're fainting before you eat. Some of us were so consumed with work, we are so consumed with our activities that we even forget to eat. Today I was I had the whole like I was just getting in like few minutes ago, and I haven't actually eaten good food today. I can't lie, and I'm giving a lot of food. Oh God, I haven't actually eaten healthy food today because I've been consumed by from one activity to the other. So we should have keep healthy snacks handy in our bags, so that in case you get stuck somewhere, you don't have where to go to get something to eat, you can just put that in your stomach. Some of us is until we are feeling double or dizzy before we know that okay, let me get something to eat. It shouldn't be so. So we should plan our eating and to avoid unhealthy eating choices. Now I have tips for healthier food choices. Know your body first of all. This will lead you to knowing what works for you. Like I said earlier, I can't digest so much oil, so I avoid it. So for some people they can't digest soda. I can't digest soda. Gastric content, anything that has so much gas, I can't digest it. So I try to avoid that as well. So for you to pick healthy food and healthy choices, you have to know what works for you. You have to know your body. Okay, when I eat this, I feel this certain way. So you know what works for you, so you can work accordingly. Then check for allergies each time you purchase any food of your choice. Now most people that I'm allergic to certain foods, not um peas, I don't know. But most people react, yes, to certain foods. So know your body. It's also part of knowing your body. So you know what you're allergic to and what you're comfortable with. Don't try to be a Nigerian and rugged things out. You know how we are. Our body is going to fix itself. Don't worry. A lot of lactose intolerant people now, they still take milk, they still take yogurt, and then when it backfires, I mean, you just feel like, okay, I'll be better. But then your body is doing the work and you're reducing your immunity day by day when you tend to rugged out, especially when it comes to your health. So if you know that this isn't working for you, avoid it by all means. So the next one is avoid killing boredom with eating. I think I heard Vicky mention that as well. Um, there's something they call stress eating. When I'm stressed, I'm just eating. I don't know if that's happened to me before. I'm not sure if it has happened to me before, but a lot of us have had experiences that I stress eat. So if you're bored, drink water and wait to see if you're truly hungry, then eat something. There are yes, okay, sorry. Wait to see if you're truly hungry, then eat something healthy. So it's not like, oh, I'm tired or I'm bored, I don't know what to do. And the next thing is you're carrying something and throwing into your mouth. If it's not healthy, you see you would be eating unhealthy regularly because you're bored. So finally, you don't have to eat perfectly all the time, right? The goal is to just make healthy choices in selecting your meals. Yeah, most times you can be stranded in places that you don't have the time to say, okay, I have to take pineapple first before I eat anything, or I have to take mango before I eat anything. So you don't have to really, really eat perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. But then the goal of this is just to enlighten us to make healthier choices. Oh, okay, even if as much okay, maybe yesterday you took something that was unhealthy. Today again, you can't make the same bad choice. You can't make the same bad decision. It's just to keep us in check. Checkmate us because our health is very important. People say health is wealth, and real health is wealth for us in the medical line. You know that health is wealth because a lot of people come to the hospital every day. I think I'm diverting. Let me just stay on course. So health is wealth, and then we have to be very, very, very conscious about our health. If you do not take anything from today, please take this. Drink water every day. Your kidney needs it, and your daily body function needs it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tommy. Thank you very much. Just to add to what she has said, um, part of the ways you can just basically just a part of the things you can do to continue your path to healthier habits, you can build support. So it's very important to have a community in this kind of cases, right? Either if you're trying to lose weight, eat healthier, or gain weight and eat healthier. So join a community. Have when you go to the gym, there are groups of people that are basically having similar goals with you, say hi to them, join their community. They give tips, just basically give support. You're not alone, right? You can also seek professional help, right? You can see a dietitian, who will really help and just give more advice. And there's some very, very important online communities, right? We have Overeaters Anonymous meetings that occur on Instagram. Like there's an actual group. I think you have to send a DM first before they add you to the group. And apart from that, there are apps on either Google Store or Play Store that you can download, right? My Fitness Pal, or there's some apps that just remind you, oh, drink water, or apps that you impute calories or impute the food that you're about to eat, and then they tell you the amount of calories that are contained in the food you get before you eat it. There are also apps that would, you're sitting down too long, they'll tell you, oh, stand up, start, take a walk, or yeah. So yes, basically, so community, community, community. Then another thing I want to add is plan ahead. It's important to plan ahead. We eat what we see. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. You eat what you see. So you are hungry, and the first thing when you open your fridge, the first thing that you see is maybe, let's say, a pack of biscuits. But you now know that if you want to now make, let's say, a salad, it will take more time. So what will you do? You pick the pack of biscuits first, especially when you're tired from school or from work. So plan ahead, prepare your healthy meals and snacks for the week. I know there are lots of people that do meal preps, which is really, really good. Keep fruits, nuts, and vegetables in handy. Avoid temptation. I can't say it enough. You see what you eat. If you open your fridge and you're seeing Coke, it's Coke you will drink. If you open your fridge and you're seeing Fanta, it's Fanta you will drink. You cannot tell me that you're trying to eat healthy and you're buying Coke and Fanta and putting in your fridge and you're telling me that it's for visitors. There's nothing like that. Please, plan ahead, avoid temptations, keep healthy snacks in your fridge. Do you understand? Yeah. So these are ways that you will just that will help you continue your path through to a healthy lifestyle. So I just wanted to just mention something. If you're also on this call, you're trying to gain weight, like I said, choose caloric dense foods. You can eat healthy and still gain weight. You don't need to drink Coke to gain weight necessarily. Everybody's body is different. You can choose caloric dense foods, like add more nuts to your foods, use olive oil instead of your regular groundnut oil, add seeds. Can you hear me? Yes, okay. Add seeds to your foods, right? Focus on things like avocados, right? Whole grains. Then you can also build your muscle by going to like the gym as well. So I don't know if anybody has any question. Does anybody have any question they would like to ask? Okay, please go ahead, Auntie Toby. Okay, we can't afford gym fees. What are the other alternatives? Oh God, I think we're all in the same boat. Me, I'm in the same boat, yeah. Because now gym fees are really, really excessive. So what I do is I make sure that I work at least 10,000 steps every day. If usually, because I work, so I'm mostly my work, because now I work as a GP. My work is mostly, it mostly involves me sitting rather than actually working around. So now I actually carry my patients' files to the front desk. Do you understand? So take walks. Aerobic exercises are as good as, are one of the best things you can do if you want to lose weight. And besides, there are also, I think there's some gyms around areas where you see people create. I think this is girl on Instagram that created her own gym tools to be using at home. Do you understand? So she didn't register for any gym, or she will go, if you go on YouTube, you see some people that do like, how do I explain it? Exercises where you can follow and you just dance. There's this one, I think it's Grow with Joe or something like that. There's Maddie as well. Do you understand? So just watch those ones. Join them as they're doing. Buy a skipping rope, be skipping in your house. You don't necessarily need to join the gym. Do you understand? Most people that join the gym, maybe they want to just use the equipment, or maybe they want to target some certain muscle groups. Do you understand? If you cannot afford it, don't go and kill yourself to afford it. Do you understand? Take walks. Make sure you walk at least 10,000 steps per day. Especially for those us girlies that want to lose weight, it's really, really good and really, really healthy. Do you understand? Whether you want to lose weight or not, do you understand? So basically, what happens is that it keeps your heart pumping. You lose fats, you gain muscles. So yes. So I hope that answers your question, Abigail. Hello, can you hear me, please? Okay, yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Abigail, for the question. Okay, so Tommy, I have a question for you. Can you
Yes,
hear
I
me?
can.
Okay, so you spoke about portion sizing, right? How we need to just, portion our food. But what if, now vegetables are really expensive in the market? Do you have like cheaper alternatives for vegetables that I can use that will still give me the same energy requirements, and just help me in my journey to eating healthier? Because I mean, half a plate of vegetable, half your plate containing vegetables, lettuce and cabbages are really expensive in the market. So on to you. Over to you.
Okay, okay, thank you for your question. Um, uh, Carrots are vegetables, right? They are also very healthy. I heard of one of my uncles one time. He, I think one of his friends was pregnant, and she was just eating carrots and carrots and eating carrots and pregnant women's cravings and all. And when she gave birth, her child's skin, she didn't need skincare, like no carb. She didn't need skincare. Her skin was flawless, like it was glowing, and her eyes were really really bright. So carrots are there, and I think carrots are pretty much affordable. You can buy 200 naira or you can buy 500 naira or depending on the amount that you can afford, right? So carrots are there, and then cabbage too. I think you can get one of small one of 500 or so, or maybe 700, and then you can just shred that into a small plate of salad. Now you have cucumbers as well. I bought cucumber of recent. I think it was last week. I think of 200. And it was very, very okay for me for that moment. I just sliced it and I did what I wanted to do with it. So in fact, having just carrots, let's say, okay, let me be realistic now. Having like carrots, 300, cabbage, let's say they sell it for you for like 700, then have like cucumbers, like 200, right? If you slice all those inside a bowl, you're good to go. And good to go, good to go. How much you spend on your okay, last last. So in case it is, right? These are very, very, very easy things to fall back on. You get. So you can have, and I think I mentioned half of your plate with vegetables and fruits as well. So mixing the vegetables with fruits. If you can't buy pure vegetables, once you get one or two, it's fine. Then you can get maybe oranges, watermelon, pineapple as well. So I hope that answers the question.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much, Tommy. So just one more
You're
question for you. Um, I'm an 18-year-old girl, right, who is trying to just lose weight. Um, I've had so many setbacks and slip ups in the past few months. And to be very honest, I'm exhausted. What do you mean by I cannot eat donuts and I cannot eat egg roll? I want to eat egg roll. I want to eat egg roll when I want to eat egg roll. So basically, when I have these setbacks or slip ups, I don't really know how to deal with it. I don't know. What do you think? How can you advise me?
Okay, so that's very valid. I mentioned that you don't have to be perfect, right? I mentioned that you don't have to cut down completely. Like there are a lot of us that love pastries. Milky Donuts. I don't know how my mom loves that so much, but I bought it for her recently. I know it. It's a, and how do I put it now? It's a relaxation kind of way. I don't know how to explain it, but a lot of people to fall back on pastries as well. But then it shouldn't be often. It shouldn't be all the time. People craving for donuts all the time. People craving for meat pie. You crave for puff and fish roll every minute. Then it becomes excessive, right? So once in a while, you can go for the pastry, you can go for the fried food, you know. When I mean once in a while, I can say like maybe once in a week. If it's not so bad. Maybe once in a week, twice in a week, just for snack, something to munch on, something to snack on. But the rest of your food should be healthy. So you don't have to be perfect. And then whenever you slip up, it shouldn't be something terrible and something so bad that, oh, I've eaten pastries again today. It's not a crime. Feel free to eat pastries, but not so much that you can't eat healthy anymore. You get it. So alongside your pastries, also make conscious efforts to eat healthy food as well. I hope I did justice to that.
Thank you so much. I also want to add that this is why I said a community is very important, right? Having a support group, an accountability partner, do you understand? Is also where if I know that I have to tell Loretta that I drank 2 bottles of Coke yesterday, do you understand? I would feel more guilty, and do you understand? I would be able to, adjust myself. Or if I know that, hey God, somebody's going to ask me how many steps I walked at the end of the day, it's something I would actually do so that I don't, because we're actually human beings are actually the way human beings are built, we are built to want to do things to, unfortunately or fortunately in this case, to please other people. So yeah, so I would know that, God, I have this partner. My partner is walking 10,000 steps and I'm here lying down and eating milky donuts. So yeah, basically, so please support accountability partner. I'm so happy that we are on this group. YSB gives us people that no other unit has given me, people that no other group has ever given me. So you can just ask somebody, okay, do you like to be my accountability partner? I would like to lose 2 kg this month, or I would like to gain 2 kg this month. Let's see how we can work towards it. So if no, but does anybody else, working too much contributes to weight loss? Yes, it's a form of exercise. It's a form of exercise. That's why you have to be like, for example, when you're doing certain exercise, you're doing certain exercise to target some with a target, right? Do you want to lose weight and gain muscle mass, or do you want to gain weight, right, and lose fat but still gain muscle mass? So it's important to put that in mind when you're doing some certain exercises. I walk 10,000 steps because I need to lose weight. Do you understand? And I'm working towards that by the grace of God. The end of this month, the end of this year is a new me, new year by next year beginning. But yeah. So does anybody else have any questions? Okay. If you
I
can.
wanted to ask any
Okay.
tips on diet and food for like people that are dealing with like PCOS and like hormonal imbalance and all those kind of things.
Yes, please. Yes, please. There are. Now, one thing I would say, sugar, refined foods and sugar, cut it off. Cut it off if you are dealing with PCOS, if you are dealing with hormonal balances. Cut refined sugars off. Don't say you are starting small, small. Cut it off today, because all these things in at the end of the day affect your hormonal balance. The same with menstrual disorders that I mentioned earlier. Cut off refined sugar and refined foods, right? Secondly, to hold your vegetables and your fruits very tightly. Luckily, I think there are a lot of what they call it, teas that people are making now. Green teas, ginger teas, lemon teas. They are really, really, really good, in balancing your hormones. I think, okay, I think when I was doing my house job as well, I had an OBGYN consultant who was used to champion Zobo teas as well, right? So for patients that would come in and tell us, oh, they're having painful menstruations or they're having acne from PCOS, because PCOS is there are a lot of things wrong when you have PCOS. So she said, go and get Zoboti. Stop wasting your time in all of these things. Some of the thing is that, truth be told, drugs actually help, but your diet is number one. They always tell you, let's treat with diet first before we give you any medication. So cut out refined sugars, like I said. Get teas, get vegetables, get fruits. Then all these seeds, your seeds are not super important as well. Yes, so I think that's basically it. Does anybody have any other thing? I think Abigail sent a question to the chat box. Um, what is the what is the what is the goal? What the goal is weight gain? What's the maximum number of steps? Okay, so Abigail, I'm not sure what you are asking. Are you asking what's Abigail? Can you hear me, please? Can you retype what you're asking?
I think I'll just speak instead because I don't know typing rubbish. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, please, Abigail.
Oh. No, the first question I asked was that does working too much or taking I don't know, like walking. Okay, when men first start, like, is there a number of steps that an individual should take every day? And if yes, does he also, because I know people that want to lose weight, they always go for this exercise, they walk. And we that were working on gaining the weight, we are joining them to do those things. We're joining them to do those things. So I want to know if it also contribute to weight loss. Because tell me why I'm a percentage, I'm a kg today, and then tomorrow, because I worked, I'm seeing that it's dropping, it's just fluctuating. So I just wanted to know if that exercise contributes to it.
Okay, that's all.
Yes,
What of the second point?
if there's a maximum number of steps to take every day.
Okay, so now, like I earlier said, right, we do exercises because we are targeting certain goals. To lose weight, walking is basically one of the easiest you can do. Do you understand? Aerobic exercises, walking. Now, the reason why we still say that whether you want to gain or lose weight, you must take walks is because with taking walks doesn't just help to lose weight, it also helps to increase your heart rate. Do you understand? Which at the end of the day helps to prevent certain cardiovascular diseases, right? Because at the end of the day, aerobic exercises, in fact, for most, there are studies that show that aerobic exercises prevent hypertension or reduce blood pressure by 15%. So when we see a patient that has hypertension or we see a patient with diabetes or high cholesterol, we first tell them, take walks. Do you understand? Do exercise, and the exercise in form of walks. Do you understand? Now, if you want to gain weight, right, in as much as you are taking walks, you're not going to go and walk 10,000 steps, Abigail. I don't know if you understand me. You're not going to walk 10,000 steps. There are exercises that you can do to increase your muscle mass and gain weight. Do you understand? So things like you can do sit-ups, you can do, squats, you can do lunges. Do you understand? There are exercises on your own, even if you are going to still take walks because you want to increase your heart rate, you want to prevent some certain diseases of the heart, of the basic certain diseases. I don't expect you to be walking 10,000 steps if you are trying to lose weight. That's the truth. Yes, so I don't know if that answers what I've said. Or what you've asked, sorry. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you. This has been a lovely session, really. Does anyone have any other question?
I have a contribution.
Okay, please go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead.
So to add to what you said about you need to have a target. When you're talking about weight day to day, your eating patterns and all, you need to have a target. I know. Are you doing certain things to lose weight? Or are you doing certain things to gain more muscle mass? Are you doing certain things to add glutes? Are you doing certain things to, look muscular? Everything in life is connected. Everything you do is connected. So even with savings, I opened a calorie rise account like a few days ago, and I realized that they asked me why, what are you saving for? And I did not have an answer because I just know that I just want to find somewhere to put my money so I don't spend. So they had, oh, what are you saying? What's your aim of opening this account. Or they said, okay, maybe to build saving habits, to save for rainy days. So everything in life is connected and has, a reason for doing it. So if you're eating healthy, you should know that, okay, your body actually needs it. You don't even need a reason to eat healthy. But then you should know that, oh, when you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, you should have a reason towards it. And then for those of us who don't really know the meaning of PCOS, we are just saying PCOS. So PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, right? And this is where the ovaries are probably way larger, right? Which makes it difficult for them to produce eggs, right? It is a hormonal disorder in women, right? It causes irregular periods, affects menstrual cycle, what else? Skin changes and different types of, now symptoms, signs and symptoms. So basically that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Tommy. Thank you so much. I don't know if there are any other questions. If not, I'd like us to close today. Okay. Okay, no other questions. Loretta, are you on this call? Okay, maybe she's
Sorry,
not.
what did you say?
Are you on the call? Yes, you are. Loretta, please can you say a quick short prayer for us as we close today?
All right. Good evening, everyone. Lord, we say thank you for tonight. We say thank you for every single queen. Lord, we pray that all that we have learned, that you help us to apply it. And we pray that these words, we will not just hear them and walk away from them, but they will guide our lives. That by these words, we will know how to live right. That by this, all we've learned tonight, we learn how to properly steward this body that you have given to us. We pray for the grace and the strength. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Have a lovely night and
Thank
of the
you.
month. Bye.
Bye.